Here are some forms that I would share with my athletes. Well, I do that I would encourage you to as well. Here we're going over these evaluation forms from our athletes. Just simple questions, and I send these out about 5 or 6 times a year, different ones. Sometimes if one is good, I'll send it out twice. What's your top 5 accomplishments from last year? That way, instead of just having their goal sheet, a goal sheet is a list of things that you have not yet accomplished. It's always good to look at things that you've already accomplished because that keeps you excited about moving forward, right? We focus on what we haven't done instead of focusing on what we have done, and you need to do both. I would even say focus a lot on what you have done because that basically feeds the fire, right? So top 5 accomplishments in 2019. Did you accomplish all of your goals last season? If yes, great. If not, what are the top 1 to 2 things that caused you to miss your mark? See, now they have to evaluate maybe why they missed their mark. This guy here, Bo, he was state champ, freestyle state champ, won Liberty Nationals. Anyway, he won a lot of stuff. He won preseason nationals in Iowa out of probably 120 wrestlers. So the second question, he goes, I did accomplish all of my goals last year. It's pretty freaking cool, right? He's 11, maybe 10. So that's super awesome. What are your 2020 goals? List your top 3 career goals, right? Your wrestling career goals. Below are the top 1 to 3 things that I need help with in practice. See, now instead of like people always say, my son needs more help. I'm like, bring me a list, right? These kids need to bring you a list. And then when you have open drill time in your practice, which we do in our more advanced practices, I want them to have a plan to follow, right? So, but this also helps me to know that, hey, during their open drill time, they're not going to be able to open drill because they need help from me. So now I take this piece of paper in there and I'm like, hey, Kyle, help Bo with, finishing his leg attacks, make sure he has a deep right knee, make sure he's shoulder deep, make sure the level change was there to begin with. Obviously, that's usually reasons why some of us don't finish our leg attacks. Getting off bottom, right? So we're gonna pick his brain and say, why can't you get off bottom? How do people ride you? And he'll give me a reason and I'll say, is that how everybody does it? Or are there other ways that you get ridden? Do you get ridden 13 different ways? Or is it just this one thing? Maybe it's just a spiral ride that screws you up, right? You have to add questions because these younger guys, even these high school guys, sometimes they're so focused that they don't really think outside the box a little bit and say, yeah, there really is only one way that people ride me. Well, good, that's good. Now we can attack that. But if there's more, we need to attack that too. So there's some forms that I would share with my athletes that we do, and I think it'd be super beneficial for you as a coach, especially on these weekend practices. Sometimes you have a more laid back practice. It can be an hour of open drill where you and your coaches are just going over these forms with these kids, and maybe run a few sprints, lift some weights, and go home. Good luck.